Hello and welcome to the Daily Dulcinea. Today is August 3rd, 2008, and on this day in history in 1943, General George Patton slapped one of his soldiers while visiting him in a hospital that was for wounded soldiers. And Jordan, can you tell us why is this event a big deal?
Well, at the time, this is August 3rd, 1943, General Patton was visiting wounded soldiers, wounded in World War II. He was walking by the beds of the soldiers asking them about their injuries.
Right.
He came upon one soldier, Charles Cool, who appeared to have no physical injuries. He inquired about why the man was here, and the man expressed that he couldn't handle the battle mentally. And this enraged Patton, who called him a coward, slapped him. The man was initially diagnosed with psychoneurosis, and he just couldn't take the front lines. It later came out that he had malaria and a high fever, which made Patton look even more insensitive.
Right.
But yeah, he couldn't take it with he called all the other brave soldiers around him that were missing limbs.
Right.
And with this guy here, he just was unbearable for him, I guess.
And obviously back then, psychoneurosis wasn't understood as it is today to be the condition that needs that kind of counseling that it does. And so it's 1943, it's World War II. How did they find out about this? But it's not like it is today where the press is able to have better access and obviously the technology that we do today. So how did the press find out about this? How did it get back to America?
Well, it actually didn't get back to America until about 3 months later.
Wow.
When radio correspondent Drew Pearson informed audiences that General Patton slapped a hospitalized American soldier. Obviously, slapping a hospitalized soldier, let alone one that had been wounded, mentally at least, in battle, was not, seen
in the best of light.
Exactly.
Right, to say
And congressmen and some press agencies were soon calling for him to be removed from power.
So this essentially could have ended his career.
Yeah, and this is 2 years before the end of World War II. America almost lost one of their most brilliant commanders, so the effect would have been,
Possibly devastating.
Yeah, possibly.
And so we all know that he went on to be this brilliant general. But can you tell us a little bit about General Patton? What you know about him? I understand there was a movie made about him, and just the way that he drove his men.
Yeah, he was a very courageous, relentless. He really pushed his men, to their limits. The movie that was made about him a few years later, or in 1970, I believe, entitled Patton, kind of reflects this attitude. This, we're American. We're gonna go hard, and we're gonna kill the Germans at this point. In one of his speeches, it was pretty profane, but he talks about how the idea of losing is hateful to an American, and just he really had an ability to inspire and just embolden his troops.
Right.
Part of the reason I think he was so successful.
And that the Nazis said that he was, out of all of the field commanders, that he was the one that they most feared.
Yeah.
Actually, during World War II.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your report and for joining us today.
Thank you.
And for more information on this story as well as others, please visit us at findulcinea.com. Thanks and have a great day.